Once upon a time, there lived an old man who had a special gift. He had a bag of magic beans that could transform a person's life one day. He came across a young boy named Jack, who was desperate for money. The old man offered to sell him the beans in exchange for a small sum of money. Jack was intrigued by the offer and decided to take a chance. The old man's story began when Jack encountered a mysterious old man in the market. The old man offered Jack a handful of magic beans in exchange for his beloved cow. Jack was hesitant, but the old man promised that the beans were worth far more than Daisy. He said that the beans could bring Jack untold riches and adventure. Jack was intrigued and decided to take a chance. The old man offered Jack a handful of beans in exchange for the cow. He explained that these were magical beans and that they would bring Jack great wealth. Jack was skeptical, but he decided to take the risk and purchase the beans. Jack was faced with a difficult decision. Should he trade his beloved cow for some mysterious beans? He weighed the pros and cons of the situation and decided to take a chance. He put his trust in the old man and handed over his cow in exchange for the beans. Jack's mother was not pleased with his decision to trade the cow for beans. She scolded him for his foolishness, warning him of the consequences of his actions. Despite her protests, Jack was determined to follow through with the trade, and his mother had no choice but to accept it. Jack's eyes widened in surprise as he opened the old man's palm to reveal a handful of small, green beans. He had never seen anything like them before, and he was immediately curious to know what kind of magic they held. He couldn't help but feel excited about the possibilities that these beans could bring. Jack was filled with excitement as he set off on his journey. He had no idea what would be waiting for him at the end of his journey, but he was determined to find out. He packed his bag with some food and the magic beans and began his journey. He was filled with a sense of adventure and anticipation as he made his way through the forest and up the beanstalk. Jack was determined to take a chance and see what the mysterious beans could do. He planted them in his garden and watched as a giant beanstalk grew up into the sky. Taking a deep breath, Jack began his climb up the beanstalk. Not knowing what he would find at the top, he scaled the beanstalk quickly, pausing only to admire the beautiful clouds and birds flying above him. Finally, he reached the top and set his eyes on the castle in the clouds. Jack continued his journey, and soon he arrived at the castle in the clouds. It was a magnificent sight, with tall towers reaching into the sky and walls made of shimmering stone. He could see a large gate at the entrance, and the drawbridge was down, inviting him in. Jack was amazed by the beauty of the castle, and he was eager to explore its many secrets. Jack was surprised to find that the castle in the clouds was inhabited by a giant he had heard tales of giants in the area, but had never seen one before. As he cautiously made his way into the castle, he was met by a friendly giantess, who welcomed him warmly. Jack was taken aback by her hospitality, and was eager to learn more about this mysterious castle. Jack was surprised to find the giant's wife in the castle. She was a kind and gentle woman, who welcomed him warmly and offered him food and shelter. She told Jack of her husband's wicked ways, and how she had been trapped in the castle for years. Jack was moved by her plight, and promised to help her escape. He soon devised a plan that would free her from the castle, and reunite her with her family. Jack quickly realized that he had to get out of the castle. Before the giant returned, he grabbed his bag and ran through the winding corridors, desperately searching for a way out. He eventually came across a small window, and with one final burst of energy, he managed to squeeze through it and escape to safety. He had made it out alive. Jack quickly realized that he had to find a way to escape the giant's castle. He ran to the balcony and looked down to see a rope ladder dangling from the clouds. Taking a deep breath, Jack grabbed the ladder and began to climb down, back to the safety of the ground. He was relieved to find that the ladder was strong and steady, and he soon reached the bottom. Jack was now in the mysterious castle in the clouds, and he was determined to explore and discover what secrets it held. He carefully navigated the many winding corridors, taking in the sights and sounds of the castle. He eventually came across a large door, and with a deep breath, he opened it and stepped inside. Jack's excitement quickly turned to fear as he realized that the giant's cave was filled with treasure. He saw walls lined with gold coins, jewels, and precious stones. He marveled at the sight, but he knew he had to keep moving if he wanted to escape with his life. He quickly grabbed a handful of the treasure and tucked it away in his pocket before continuing his journey. The giant had been gone for days, and Jack had begun to hope that the giant had abandoned his search for the hidden treasure. Suddenly, the giant returned, his face a mask of rage. He was determined to find the treasure and punish Jack for his actions. Jack knew he had to act fast if he was to escape the giant's wrath. Jack quickly realized that the giant was coming back, and he had to flee. He desperately searched for a way out, but the giant was too close. He spotted a small window and quickly scaled the wall. Barely making it out in time, he ran as fast as he could, not daring to look back until he was sure he was safe. Jack made it back to his village, exhausted but triumphant. He had faced many obstacles and survived, even managing to bring back the giant's treasure. He was welcomed back with open arms by his family and friends, who were amazed at his bravery and resourcefulness. He quickly became a local hero, and his newfound fame brought him many new opportunities. Jack had returned home with a newfound wealth and knowledge. With the money he had earned, he was able to purchase a new home and start a new life. He used his knowledge to become a successful entrepreneur, and he was able to provide for his family in ways he had never imagined. He was able to give back to his community and help those in need. Jack's newfound wealth and success had allowed him to live a life he never thought was possible.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.